Just when you thought he was done, when you thought he was done for the season, Timmsiola might not be finished just yet. Go back and watch the last episode if you missed it, because I was hyping it up. I was hyping up the Volta a Portugal. But it's fair to say the race did not go to plan for Joe Timmsiola or the team. We won the KOM jersey and we didn't win much else. So our season does not finish here. We have one more race. We will be heading to the Petronas Tour de Langkawi in Malaysia. Let's lock it in. 10 points spent, but we're going to do it. So we have about a month to build up to this race in Malaysia. And I took a week off, a much needed week off after the Volta a Portugal. So our fitness and tiredness now is under control, and hopefully that fitness is going to build now towards Langkawi. But more than anything, I simply couldn't end our season on the disaster that was the Volta a Portugal. So let's take a look at the Tour to Langkawi, and instantly we see not many mountain days. We have 6 stages for the sprinters, and we definitely cannot sprint. 57 sprint currently on Joe Timmsiola. But we have the longest climb I've ever seen potentially in a pro cycling race. 38 kilometers. Yes, it only averages 3.5%, but this is absolutely mad. So hopefully we get a good race day on stage 3, because that is going to decide the GC. And to be fair, we bring a really good team to the race. Chamil, Fagundes, Garcia Piana and Kudus all as options in the GC. And we don't have a sprinter, so I don't feel we have much of a chance here on these sprint stages, but let's do exactly what our manager wants us to. So let's get our work done on the front and maximize that XP. This is an absolutely crazy finish. 5.5k to go. We have corners literally every few hundred meters at this point. I can't move up. I can't really do anything. But our teammate Kudus is going for the line up front. Who's going to win here in Langkawi? Stage 1, Neil Zekov of Team Picnic Postanel gets the win. Stage 1 down then, we did our work and Kudos got 10th place for the team. That's 9 points. If we can get that every stage, that will be worth it. So let's go for exactly the same again here on stage 2. My word, look at this tropical rainforest we're currently riding through in Malaysia. Can't even see the riders. Absolutely crazy stuff. 12k to go then, and our Mongolian rider, Signed By It, is actually the team's leader. I'm trying to get to his wheel to act as a rear gunner. Here we go then, move up and get off my guy's wheel. Signed By It, we're going to sit here, my man. You can win today, come on. Not sure how realistic that is, I have to say. Anyway, our guy is on the wheel of Comforti now. Now switching back to Comforti. He can't make his mind up here into the final 2k. Let's see what happens. Nil Zekov just ahead of him. I think Signed By It on Ekov's wheel actually. Let's see where he ends up. Absolutely no acceleration from the poor man. Kiko Galvan, he gets the win. To be fair, he has the sprint stat, but 65 flat definitely letting him down today. Anyway, this is the day we're at this race for. Because stage 3, the 38 kilometer climb to Kampung Raha. We're not on the favourite screen, but we have 2 teammates here, Garcia Piana and Chamil. I hope we can get a really good result today, whether that's Timmsiola or one of our teammates. One thing's for sure though, Tudor are the favourites. They have the top 3 today. Oi oi, here we go. We get a +1 day. I'm going to take that. We do have the teammate role. I'll happily do my work early and then hopefully try and survive this absolute epic climb. Here we go then, the Kampung Raha begins potentially, in fact I'm sure, the longest climb Timmsiola is going to do in his entire career. And to be fair, because this climb is not steep, we're not seeing many selections made. We may even see quite a few riders left by the time we reach the top, unbelievably. So 6k to go on this absolute brute of a climb. Still 94 riders are here. I think this is getting thinned out though as the tempo slowly rises. We're staying in a good position and we're looking good. So we've just crested this climb. Still 79 riders in this peloton. It's going to get thinned out though on this final climb, the Brinchang. So 71 riders descend into the foot of the Brinchang. It's pretty steep for a couple of k, and that is where I think we're going to see the attacks. So I'm going to fly into the foot here, make sure we're right on the front. Joel Suter is here. If anyone goes, the likes of Rondell, the likes of maybe Sean Quinn, I want to be there to try and follow. Where are our teammates? They're too far back, surely. We're in a good position though, right at the front. Let's take position next to the Tudor boys, the 3 favourites, right next to Timmsiola. Surely they have to go. Surely they have to attack. If they don't, I might have to try. There we go. Samuele Zocorato tries to go. I'm going to use my gel as well. We're going to survive this climb absolutely easily. The question is, how many other riders are going to? I mean, we still have the yellow jersey, Nil Zekov here. There we go. There we go. Rondell and Brenner trying to get away. I'm going to try to get to Naroka's wheel. He is the man. Let's try and follow the Brits. Oh boy, what an acceleration by him. Can we get there? I'm really struggling to, but we're gonna try and follow. So we're looking pretty cooked. 4k to go. Rondell is caught, but Marco Brenner counterattacks. I'm in. Nils Eckhoff's wheel, but we're struggling now. So is Eckhoff. Oh my word, we crack at exactly the wrong moment there. So 1.3k to go. A rush for the line. Who's gonna win this? Stefan de Bod sprinting, but it looks like Alex Baudin is gonna win for EF ahead of Florian Stork, and we're going to survive in the front group, I believe, at this race. Poor. That was a crazy ending. Simply a ridiculous climb. We didn't see the riders dropped I thought we would, and we sneak into that front group crucially. And that does actually mean we lie 10th place in the GC, but we still have some of the sprinters here, and we're not going to get rid of them anymore. But crucially, 9 more XP points. With 58 to go with the month turn, we're now heading towards that level 8, which I really want to get this season. And quickly guys, I want to give a shout out to my socials. Go follow me over there if you're not already. I'd really appreciate the support. And I want to give a particular shout out to our Discord server, Timmsoski. In there you can discuss PCM, sports, anything else, and keep up with my content. Head over there if you haven't already. So looking at the final 5 stages guys, we have this hilly stage coming up with this little punchy climb to the end. Again, I see this being a sprint along with the final 4 stages. We're going to play stage 4 and then I'll probably play the final 4 off camera. But first, let's see if this is a day for the punchers or the sprinters. I'm going with the sprinters. And crucially, we're still named a teammate by the manager, which means we can do our work on the front for the XP. I'm quite happy about that. And we've ridden this entire climb on the front. It would only be right for us to take the KOM. These guys trying to attack me, surely not going to allow that. We deserve those points. Where do we go in this competition though? Haha, don't believe it. We're in first place again. And we've accidentally slipped away with Kench after that KOM sprint. I wonder if we can try and hold on for some of these intermediate sprints and maybe take some bonus seconds. And in a stage race like this is going to be super important because if we look at the GC, this will take us all the way above Nururka to 6th place provisionally. The question is, can we beat Kench? I don't know if we can. We only have 57 sprint. Let's follow him into this final kilometre. He launches. We're going to try and come round. We have absolutely nothing. An embarrassing sprint. It's 2 seconds nonetheless though. Despite that, let's see if we can beat him at this second intermediate sprint. At least 2 more seconds. He looks pretty cooked to be fair. Does Kench? Can we come round him? We just about can, and we will take 3 seconds there. And unfortunately, we're not going to get the 3rd sprint, but that's 5 seconds in the GC. That could be valuable for us. Anyway, into the final 2k, I'm on Lionel Tamino's wheel. On a good wheel to be fair, but we're completely cooked moving into the final kilometre. Jesus Antonio Sosso trying to hold off Tamino. We were on the right wheel again, but he absolutely blew us off it, and he wins the stage. Well, out of nowhere, that became a very good day, didn't it? We pick up the KOM jersey. We also move up to 5th place now in the GC. I don't expect to stay there. I think we'll lose more places to some of the sprinters behind, but we're in a good position to pick up a good result in a .pro race. Yes, we're farming points in Asia at the end of season races. And we're farming XP as well, 10 more points. Now, I said I'll probably play these final stages off camera, but we have some big KOM points available at the start of this stage. We can basically secure the jersey today. Because after today's stage, there's only 1 categorized climb remaining with 2 points available in the final 3 stages. And we've been given co-leadership of the team now, so we do get our guys helping us. Garcia Piana, come to the front, my man, and maybe try and get in the breakaway with me. Instead, I've put Signbuyer to the front. He's going to go 95. Let's go absolutely ham on this climb and try and take all of the points available. There's 5 of them. So Simon Pello, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm really sorry. Love your attacking nature, but I think we're going to get you here just before this KOM sprint. Let's see if we can take all 5 points. Joe Timmsiola. Pello tries to block us. He tries to block us. Who won it? Oh my word. Oh my word. Simon Pello blocks us on the KOM to steal the points. Unsportsmanlike conduct at its very finest. And he's dropped me here ahead of this second KOM, but we're going to cruise up to the Swiss. Let's get our revenge on this climb. So I'm just going to go past him actually. Going to go past him. He cannot follow us. And these 5 points are going to confirm the KOM jersey. So we'll roll across the line, celebrate. We'll celebrate the KOM jersey coming to Joe Timmsiola. An 11-point lead, there's not that many points remaining, and if you didn't know you could celebrate at a KOM, there you go. Ooh, big crash. Garcia Piana among the riders going down. Florian Stork, 4th place in GC, has gone down. Oh my word, I'm sorry, Florian. I'm so sorry, buddy. Our guys get to the front and relay 95. He's not coming back in. But Stork and Brenner do indeed get back in with 9k to go. They survive. Anyway, time to decide this stage. For Fagundes is on the wheel of Naroka in a great position really to challenge for this stage. We have a split in the peloton. That could be crucial because we're right at the front. Fagundes tried to win the stage, my man. Timmsiola trying to follow. Fagundes does not win the stage. Kiko Galvan wins it again. But do we have changes in the GC? Well, surprises galore on these sprint stages at the Tour de Langkawi. A crash, sadly for Florian Stork, puts him down in the GC, down to 14th place. Brenner loses time as well, and we're up to 4th place. Timmsiola, 1 spot off the podium. With the KOM jersey wrapped up as well, this is a highly successful race. No, it's not the most prestigious, but it's a .pro race. This is going to be big XP, hopefully. Wow. Only 3 points today. Anyway, I'll play these final 3 stages off camera. Let's see if anything changes. So, of course, we weren't going to be winning this one here on stage 6, but I was trying to see what I could do with Signbuyer and Kudus. They headed to the line, into the final meters, but no one coming close to Kiko Galvan, the Spaniard, on supreme form, and actually going into the lead of the GC with that victory. Timmsiola staying in 4th place. That takes us onto the penultimate stage here in Langkawi, and this time Eric Fagundes leading out Signbuyer, the Mongolian, on good form for us, and a great lead out by Fagundes. Could Signbuyer win? No, he couldn't, but who would take the victory again? Kiko Galvan defeating his rival for the GC in Nils Eckhoff. What a victory for him. But crucially, Lucas Naroka was 3rd, so he moves to 1 second behind us in the GC. Alongside Sevilla and Cedric Boulens, those were the riders we didn't want taking bonus seconds in this final stage. A final stage, by the way, with actually some good weather for the first time in this entire race, I think. Anyway, crucial that we tried to avoid those riders taking a bonus second so we could hold on to 4th place in the GC. We tried to take Galvan's wheel with Kudos, but Galvan blows everyone off his wheel again. But Lucas Naroka, in a really close finish, takes 3rd place. Not what we wanted. So that very, very narrow 3rd place for Naroka on the final day does take away our 4th place, but still a top 5 in the GC. To go along with our 4th KOM jersey of the year and 3rd place in the white jersey as well. A pretty decent race here in Langkawi. But it's fair to say Kiko Galvan now owns this race. 5 victories. Unbelievable. In the end, it's 40 points from our manager. I'm very happy with that. Anyway, with that said, it's time to round up season 1 here with Joe Timmsiola. We've had a really interesting year. We've built slowly. We did get our first victory, but it hasn't quite been as successful as I hoped it would be, to be honest. Only that one win at the Vuelta a Asturias, then we got 2nd place syndrome. But we couldn't even challenge for 2nd place in our final 2 races, the Volta a Portugal, definitely the big disappointment of the season. But we've grown in stature in the team. We're now the 7th ranked rider in the team, Burgos Biachi. I'm quite happy with that. And next season, we're going to be the number 1 rider in the team. When we go by ranking points scored, we're 4th place in the team behind Diaz, Fagundes and Kudos. But we're 4th place, right up there. The team is ranked 25th in the world this season, so we're going to keep our status as a Conti Pro team. Maybe next year we can make a little push for World Tour. That would mean finishing in the top 18 teams, currently 7,000 points for Groupama FDJ. We need 3,500 more next year. But even if we leave Burgos Biachi next season, it would be such a cool way to leave the team by helping them to World Tour status. Elsewhere around the world, the top 3 riders, Pogačar, Remco and Vingegaard. No surprises there. Pogačar winning 37 times this season, helping UAE to 82 victories. That is crazy. We of course only got 1 victory of the team's 12 throughout the year, ranking only 38th. That's disappointing. Pello Bilbao winning the Giro, a massive surprise there. No surprise by the Tour de France podium, Pogačar, Vingegaard and Evenepoel. But Vingegaard did get the better of Pogačar at La Vuelta. A big surprise in the World Championships, in fact 2 big surprises, because Matthias Vacek is the world champion. He will wear the rainbow jersey next year, and Geraint Thomas, who is retiring, he is literally retiring this year, won the World Championship time trial. I've never seen that in PCM. And Sivkov, the European champion, we're going to have a very interesting peloton in 2026. And talking of transfers, it's time to have a look at what's been happening in the world of cycling. who's riding where in 26, and let me tell you, we have some very interesting moves. Lucas Lopes, the rider who destroyed us at the Volta of Portugal, gets a move to Arkea. A rider I'm backing for big things in real life, Matthias Schwarzbacher, gets a move to Decathlon out of the UAE development team. EF makes some moves for some big climbers, well, some small climbers in the form of Matthew Riccitello, but he's not the only American going to the team. Keegan Swerble, our friend from the Portuguese races, he gets a move to the World Tour as well. With the World TT champ Geraint retiring, Ineos get a new GC rider, the returning Richard Carapaz. Anton Schiffer, remember him, the rider we were desperately trying to drop at the Sibiu Tour, he gets a move to Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, really cool. Jarno Widar, the super talent from Lotto, he moves to Picnic Posternel. One team though making big moves is Q36.5. Groenewegen, Piganzoli and Fred Wright all moving to the team to join up with, of course, Tom Pidcock. Jesus David Pena, who destroyed us in the mountains at the Volta of Portugal, he gets a move to Polti Cometa, so we'll look out for him there. Anyway, about time to see who will be riding for Burgos Biachi next season. Of course, Timmsiola is staying at the team next year, but 7 riders departing, including George Jackson, the flying mullet. He's leaving. Hopefully we'll see that mullet in the peloton next year though. 8 new riders coming in. Irabar, a good climber from Kern Farmer. Soto as well, a good sprinter from them, is joining the team too. Seth Dunwoody, who I think just won a stage at the Giro Next Gen in real life, the Irishman, is joining the team. We can at least speak English to him. And some other talents as well. Alejandro Lorenzo, only 18 years old. I reckon this guy is a super talent. I've got high hopes as well for Hodei Munoz coming from the Soudal Quickstep dev team. I've got really high hopes for next season, not gonna lie. Where we're actually gonna be the second highest paid rider in the team and we are now an absolute leader by contract. Oh boy. Anyway, talking of next season, it's time to head into season 2. We have officially arrived in 2026, and this season I really want to tackle head first. I don't want to mess around anymore. We're taking this serious. We want some big wins. Our season is going to start in Mallorca, as you would expect, then the Clásica Jaén, that race I fell in love with last year. 2 stage races with Andalusia and Old Gran Camino round out the start to our year. Currently penciled in for the Tour de Suisse, our first World Tour race. And it's not on our schedule right now, but I hope in these weeks in August I will be racing the Vuelta a España. That is my goal. I want to be there this year. First though, we have to wait for the team to be invited, and the way to do that, I guess, is to get some wins in the first part of this season. And I'm going to say we've been training hard in the off season. I want to be ready. A little more tiredness, I think it's worth it. I want to hit the ground running this year. So let's lock in this big preparation. Here we go. Anyway, we have 45 points available to adjust our calendar. I want to add the Volta Comunitat Valenciana, a good race with lots of World Tour teams. Let's add that in at the beginning of February. And I want to take away the Cholet Tour. Doesn't really suit us. So let's lock that in. Here we go. Confirm those changes. And our February is absolutely packed, but we're going to be in form because I am going to add a target A objective to the final race of this opening block, Old Gran Camino. We want to be building up to a big race at Old Gran Camino. Last year we won the KOM jersey, but I want to be there for the GC this year. And I've learnt my lesson from last year, so I'm going to add 2 rest weeks after that. I think we need them. We'll focus on the rest of our calendar a little later in the year. And the team have been invited to both the Dauphiné and the Volta Catalunya. I would love to race one of those later in the year. Anyway, with our pre-season done, it's time to go racing. And we arrive here with a great team, a superb team of climbers and punchers as well. The favourites for the race though, Kevin Vauquelin is the man to beat. So let's find out our role for the day. Guys, I am buzzing for this season. And just like last year, we're being told to go in the breakaway to start this season. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Attack the Joe Timmsiola. Breakaway complete then, you can see the peloton rounding that corner ahead. We have 8 riders up the road today. Let's try and complete our objective. We need 95 Ks up the roads. So this breakaway is starting to come apart a little bit. I wonder, should we attack from this group? We only have 1 minute and still almost 20k to go to complete our objective. There we go. Juristi on the attack. Let's try and follow him. Now we have a counter attack of 3 riders, Gomez, Juristi and Timmsiola. This is a good move, I think. There you go then, 95k plus is complete. That's what we wanted. And we will actually be the strongest rider from the breakaway today as we are swept up by the peloton. First sighting of Lucas Lopes this season in that Arkea jersey, the rider who destroyed us at the Volta of Portugal. Not today though, buddy, not today. But 10k to go, we have survived in the race winning move from the breakaway. Only 33 riders here. Could we pull off a miracle? Oh, attack Wondal and Vauquelin. Look at that move from Kevin Vauquelin. 7k to go. I've moved to the wheel of Alex Aramburu. Let's try and stay here and see if the leaders are caught. Actually, Vauquelin is going to be caught. There goes Wondal Diaz, our leader for the day. He looks absolutely cooked. Only 3k to go. Is Wondal going to survive ahead? I'm trying to find a wheel here. I think Serra could be a good wheel. Let's try and get there into the final 2k. How about Glogue of EF? I've moved to his wheel now. Let's stay here into the final kilometre. Can we finish in a decent position? Shut up, mates. You're not leading me today. Wondal holds on for the win. Where are we going to finish? Maybe we can get a top 10. I think we're going to here. Soler and Barre beat us, but 8th place for Joe Timmsiola. What a start to the year. All of that despite going in the breakaway as well. We get our goal done in the breakaway and get a top 5 finish today. Timmsiola Season 2 is ready to go. 19 points for that, on our way to level 8. Let's get there quickly. Next up in Mallorca then, the Trofeo Serra Tramontana. Pablo Torres of UAE is the favourite. We have 3 riders on this list though. And Lucas Lopes is there as well. Honestly, how good is this guy? I cannot wait to see his attributes. No breakaway for us today though. We're helping our teammate by riding on the front. 20k, let's get it done. Wow, and actually UAE have been pulling on the front. We now have only 43 riders in this front peloton. If we go to the back of this group, you can see the gap to the 114 riders behind. They're over a minute behind now. Marc Soler, Micah, Bookman, and our leader Jose Manuel Diaz among the riders behind. And it's fair to say, before the race has even begun on the Col de Puigmayor, the favourites from our team and many of the others are gone for the day. They're 2.5 minutes back. We have a chance at a decent result here. Here's the front group then, 23 riders here with 44k to go here in Mallorca. I reckon we can maybe get a top 10 here today. One thing's for sure though, I want to beat that man Lucas Lopes just ahead of us on the road at the moment. Just 12 riders left as the Kassan goes out the back. I was relaying on the front on this flat section, wasting energy earlier in the race. Imagine if we hadn't done that. Anyway, it's 10 riders at the front now in what is turning into an epic edition of the Trofeo Serra Tramontana. There goes Full Dagger, there goes our teammate Garcia Pierna. 6 riders are left and Timmsiola is here. I'm going to use my gel right now because we're about to go pop out the back of this group. Lucas Lopes is still here. And is Vauquelin working for him? Oh, it's so close. It's so close to an epic ride, but we crack and the 5 leaders are going to go ahead of us. Oh, we crack at just the wrong time today. If only we'd been able to survive in this group of the 5 leaders. Hopefully we can hold on for 6th though. Oh my word. Oh my word, you never know though because they're looking at each other up the road. Landa, Lopes doesn't want to work for Vauquelin and Timmsiola is back at the front of this race. Oh my word, do I go over the top? Do I go over the top? Yes, we do. We put in a little kick. Oh my word, let's not do that. We don't have the energy. Let's sit in this front group. We've made it. But this is so exciting. Fighting at the front versus World Tour riders. Now, we definitely have the worst sprint in this group. I would say Kevin Vauquelin, the massive favourite from here. Can we maybe, though, finish on the podium? That would be epic. And if I attack, I fear Lucas Lopes, my enemy from this save so far, will relay behind and drag me in. So that's not an option here. Anyway, Landa on our wheel. We're in the wheel of the Frenchman, Kevin Vauquelin. I'm sure he is absolutely going to humble me in this sprint. You never know, though. Let's try. 2.5k to go. It's Torres on the back, Verche, Landa, Timmsiola, and Vauquelin being led out by Lucas Lopes. 1.4k to go. Here we go. We're on the wheel of Vauquelin. Can we stay here? Into the final meters. Try to come round. Here comes Timmsiola. But Kevin Vauquelin is going to win today. Can we finish on the podium? What a result that would be. Timmsiola gets a podium here in Mallorca. Come on. That is an absolutely epic result. What a race. It wasn't a victory, but that could be one of the biggest or the biggest performance of Timmsiola's career so far. Vauquelin, of course, blew us off his wheel in that finale, but we were able to hold on for a podium place alongside Mikel Landa and Kevin Vauquelin. One thing's for sure though, Lucas Lopes is an unbelievable rider. Could he become a Grand Tour winning rider in this save? No wonder he destroyed us at the Volta a Portugal last year. Anyway, we thoroughly deserve those 28 points we received today. We probably deserve more, to be honest. And as we head into January, we're only 12 points away from that elusive level 8. But we'll have to wait until the next episode to get that level 8. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. I am absolutely buzzing for season 2, if you can't tell. I hope you guys are too. Drop a like on the video if you are, as always. Let's go for 500. That would be epic if we could hit that. Apart from that, subscribe to the channel if you're new, drop a comment down below, tell me what you thought today, and I'll see you guys in the next one.